At first glance, it's tempting to see Hulk and Moon Knight as simply too powerful. Unpredictable forces in the Marvel Universe, one powered by raw rage, the other fueled by something darker and more mysterious. Yet their conflict, real or hypothetical, isn't just about who hits harder. It's a clash between two extreme facets of the human condition: insanity and intensity. What happens when the unstoppable force of Hulk's fury collides with the unyielding drive of Moon Knight's fractured psyche? To understand the stakes, it helps to begin with the characters themselves. Hulk is, at heart, the monstrous alter ego of Bruce Banner, embodiment of unfiltered primal emotion. For Banner, transformation into the Hulk has always been less of a choice and more of a curse. Triggered by anger and stress, the change unleashes near limitless strength, but it comes at the cost of self-control. Over the years, Hulk has become a kind of archetype, the personification of overwhelming wrath. Sometimes heroic, often tragic, always a force to be reckoned with. Moon Knight, on the other hand, is perhaps Marvel's most enigmatic anti-hero. Mark Spector is a man with many faces: mercenary, millionaire, cab driver, all exist within one deeply fractured mind, torn apart by dissociative identity disorder. But Spector's struggles are entwined with supernatural drama. Resurrected by the Egyptian god Khonshu and tasked with serving as his earthly avatar, Moon Knight operates with a mission that borders on obsession. His actions alternate between methodical and manic, making him a figure both feared and misunderstood even by other heroes. What sets this matchup apart is not just strength or skill, but psychological depth. Hulk's strength stems from emotion. The more anger or distress he experiences, the stronger he becomes. The paradox is that the more Hulk is hurt, physically or emotionally, the more dangerous he gets. Anger for Hulk is both curse and shield. Even his moments of calm are precarious. Just beneath the surface, the tempest of emotion threatens to return, ready to explode outward with astonishing violence. Moon Knight's power is far less straightforward. While not always portrayed as superhuman, his physical prowess is impressive. Years of military training and mercenary work have given Mark the skills needed to take on almost any adversary. But his real edge comes from his mind. Whereas most heroes strive for mental clarity and control, Moon Knight leans into his chaos. He thrives on unpredictability, refusing to be tamed by reason or logic. Every personality: Jake Lockley, Stephen Grant. Mr. Knight brings a different ability, outlook, and tactical advantage. If Hulk represents unrestrained emotion bordering on insanity, Moon Knight exemplifies intensity sharpened into a weapon. His fractured mind is no mere weakness, it's the source of his ingenuity and adaptability. In the midst of danger, his dissociated personas emerge, each responding to threats in unexpected ways, complicating the battlefield for any opponent. Pitting these two against each other is more than a contest of bronze versus brains. It's an exploration of what happens when two broken men use their pain as fuel. Hulk, out of necessity, tries to contain his rage. Moon Knight, in contrast, chooses to weaponize his inner turmoil. When Moon Knight stands before Hulk, he does so not with the hope of outmuscling him, but by confronting him with strategies born from madness, a kind that Hulk, used to pure emotion, might find deeply unsettling. Throughout their histories, both characters have faced down catastrophes far greater than themselves. Hulk has battled cosmic threats, gods and armies. When his anger peaks, even the strongest have reason to tremble. But Moon Knight has survived the supernatural, the psychotic, and the seemingly impossible. He's faced entities that thrive on chaos and only emerge stronger. In battle, Moon Knight's unpredictability can sometimes even the odds against stronger foes. He'll strike first, use dirty tricks, set traps, or press on where anyone else would flee. So who holds the advantage? The answer refuses simplicity. If raw power decides the outcome, perhaps Hulk smashes triumphant, his blows earth-shattering. Yet if cunning, unpredictability, and sheer resilience can tip the balance, then Moon Knight stands tall, never backing down, even in the face of annihilation. Ultimately, Hulk versus Moon Knight is a confrontation not just of might, but of wills. It's the intensity of a man who has embraced his darkness against the fury of a being who wishes he could contain his own. In their shadows, we see a reflection of the battles within ourselves between what we fear, we feel, and who we choose to become. When insanity meets intensity, the result isn't a question of who wins, but of how both survive and what parts of themselves they're willing to sacrifice in the process.